In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can set and achieve purposeful goals in 3 simple steps that will inspire and motivate you rather than stress you out. I'm hearing this all the time, everywhere, especially at the beginning of the year. Set realistic goals. Set goals that you know how you're going to achieve. You need to have a plan, else how is it going to work? You need to know how you are going to make it. You need to know how you are going to get there. You have to have a plan, else you won't make it. And basically what people are referring to are SMART goals. SMART, as we learned in school, which is simple, measurable, relevant, achievable, and time-based. These are the goals that many people operate with, especially in project management or any kind of teamwork. Now, the problem here is that these kind of goals do not trigger emotions. They are not inspiring, not much inspiring. And this is where the problem lies. By setting SMART goals, as we learn it in school or many step-by-step processes refer to, they do not take into account that we human beings work based on inspiration, motivation, and this is what drives us to do what we want to do. So this is a big drawback that I'm going to challenge today. No one in history has set realistic goals so far and achieved something amazing. Basically, everyone who has done something very extraordinary has had very unrealistic goals. I'd like to share some names here with you, and some of them you probably know, like Thomas Edison, who invented the incandescent light. Perhaps you know Steve Jobs. Elon Musk, he's very known to have really unrealistic goals. If we go back in history, even a little bit further, the Wright brothers, who have built the first airplane, or even Martin Luther King, who said and started his speech with, "I have a dream." So all these people did not set realistic goals. They had a dream, they had something that inspired and motivated them from within. Or let's take a story from an actor, Jim Carrey, who became known after the film The Mask. He had his goal written down and very, let's say, unrealistic, but his goal was to earn 10 million US dollars through his acting career. And he set that goal for himself when he was just getting by, and his story was that he was driving in a car that almost fell apart when he was working on his career. So it is really the inspiration and motivation that a goal gives the person and drives that person. There are many people and stories that support this fact. Realistic goals have not helped these people to create something big, something unusual, something extraordinary. In fact, it's pretty much the opposite. I'm going to share with you 3 steps how you can start the creative process of goal creation that is going to inspire and motivate you from within, ignite something that is really pushing you forward. The ABC of goal creation is based on a 3-step philosophy that is starting with A-type goals. We know A, B, and C-type goals, and A-type goals are really goals that we already know how to achieve. Goals like if you want to have a new phone or a new car or new shoes, I assume that at one point in time in your past you have already bought something like that. Or if you want to buy new clothes, even if they are really more expensive clothes, but you already know how to get these things. We refer to goals that we've already achieved as A-type goals. Now, B-type goals are goals that we don't know exactly how we are going to get there. But if we think about it and create a plan and follow through with the plan, we are certain that we are going to accomplish it. B-type goals basically are used in project management in general, or if you go to university or to school or to any school or course, if you follow the step-by-step process that the school gives you, you can be certain that you are going to finish it and accomplish it. These type of goals we refer to as B-type goals. The final and third type of goals that we want to stick to are C-type goals. Now, C-type goals do not come from thinking, from planning. These are goals that come from dreaming, from a deep desire and want. Of course, we have to think about that, but it's more connected to a feeling than it is a logical process. Now, this feeling I refer to is more of that emotional charge that we have, or that desire that comes up from within, that want, that we want to get there. We want to have that or become that or really achieve that point in our life which will make us really excited and happy. And these are C-type goals. Now, with C-type goals, there is something that gives you back not only the achievement of what you want, because a C-type goal is something that you've never achieved before, is something that you have never done before, you perhaps don't know exactly how you are going to achieve it and how you are going to get there. Now, we can say that by setting such a goal, you are setting a goal outside of your comfort zone. Like everything in your comfort zone, you know how to get, you know how to do, and you might have a plan how to get to that point. Now, with the C-type goal, you certainly go outside of the comfort zone, and this is an area that is totally unknown to you, and where you need to find your own path and your own way, how you're going to get there. This is where the trick lies, because when we set a C-type goal, two things happen. One thing is we get very excited about that goal because it is something that we truly desire from within. And the second thing is we are scared because we don't know how we are going to get there, because we haven't done that yet. Now, this is a gift that we give to ourselves, because by setting such goals, we stretch ourselves outside of our comfort zone. That means by setting such a goal, we grow as a person. And this is a true and exciting goal that really holds our desires and motivation high. And really, in the morning, when we open our eyes, it kicks us out of bed, like naturally, because we are so excited to get going and to keep on working on our C-type goal. Now, before we continue, I'd like you to comment below if you have any question, and consider liking if you have gotten some value out of what I've described so far. How can you set such goals? What is the process? Now, the three-step process is the following. The first step is dream. Yes, you've heard right. Perhaps you can take a nap, helps as well. So really dream, have your imagination going. Now, if you are like I was in the past, you might need a little bit of time and exercise to kick on your imagination. And it's not just an imagination that you use for what you think you can, but in general, you can think about anything you want, what you really desire, if you think it is possible or not. And in this exercise, I want you really to put aside the realistic part of what you think you can or cannot. Really, this has nothing to do with do or do not, can or cannot. It has to do to imagine, to dream, to allow yourself think freely, really connect with that person within who is curious, who wants to progress, who wants to move, who wants to experience life in every aspect. This is really an exercise that is so exciting. It is like putting a IR goggle on your head, imagined reality, right? So you don't need to use any technology though, because your technology is within your mind and it's called imagination. So really dream and imagine what you could be doing, having, or achieving at any point in time. This is the first step. The second step from that fantasy and the dream, we have to move to a theory. A theory is nothing else than creating a plan. How you're going to get to that dream, to that fantasy of yours. Now, before you can make a plan, you need to decide what it is that you really want. You have to pick something. It's not something that resonates more or less, because guess what? Let's say you can have everything you want in your imagination. Now, how can you get everything at once? You cannot. You have to pick one thing. And the one thing you pick, you commit to that. This is your first step to get what you want. So you commit having that one thing. Now you can create that theory, that plan, how you're going to get there. Now you might ask, yeah, but I haven't done that yet. I don't know how to do it. True. However, when you imagine having it, you will get some clues. And when you think about what can I do now with what I have, where I'm at, what can I do? One thing, one step. And this is all you need. And this is when the plan takes off. And we create the plan from the fantasy, not from the reality or from being realistic, but from what we imagine how we want it to be. So we will get a clue that we can do right now. Perhaps, let's say you want to buy a house because you have never bought a house and you want to buy a house. Now, the first step might be researching houses. What kind of house do you like? What really triggers you? What is the design, how big, and everything? This might be the first step. It might be as simple as that. And when you get there, you will start thinking, okay, what can I do next? What can I do next? And you will try different things and different paths. And this is the idea of the plan. Now, the plan can change. Your theory, your goal that you set cannot. If you set a goal and commit to it, that's it. You pursue it. But how you're going to get there, it's a matter of change. Perhaps the road is blocked or something comes in between and you have to go another way. But if you know where you're going, you will always find a turnaround or a side way, or you will go above, over it, or under it, however you make it. But focusing on what it is, that's key. And from there you will get clues what to do next. Now, we have covered step 1 and step 2. Now, step 3. You have to take action. When you create that plan, you have to act upon it. Why? Because if you don't act, nothing is going to happen. If you write down that you're going to research houses, just researching it on the internet might be okay, but why not having a look at the house? Go and visit the house. Perhaps the picture looks fine, but when you step into the house, you don't feel comfortable. Or there's a specific detail that really turns you off. Or everything's fine, you get in there, everything's fine, you open the backyard and it smells like hell. You don't know. So that's why you have to take action. You have to really go after it. You are going to take action only if you commit. If you commit from step 1 to step 2 to pursuing that goal, this is when you will take action. Now, how can you support taking action? Because we all know that big word, procrastination. We want something, we see it, we start working towards it, and then after a week or two, we don't have the energy. We lack the motivation, we lack the inspiration. Sure, that happens to everyone. Now, the key here, and this is really the golden nugget. Every day, as soon as you wake up, you think about your goal. You might consider writing it down and reading it every morning and every night. Or the better if you rewrite it every day and envision it. You imagine it, and every day you write a new description of your imagination of your goal. This way you will always have your goal in front of your eyes, and there will not be a possibility that circumstances or anything else will jump in between and mess up your focus. So really make sure that you focus on your goal every single day. This is how you are going to take action regardless. So step 1 is really thinking about and dreaming about what you want, listening to yourself. You have to take the time and really let go of all the limitations. Realistic will not help getting ideas and really that desire from within. Step 2 is going from that dream, that idea, that wow, that would be amazing, to an actual plan. This is how I am going to make it. This is how I am going to get that goal. What is my first step? And number 3 is taking action. You take action by focusing on step 1 and step 2 and working on it every day. This is what will push you into doing. This is what will inspire and motivate you to do what you want to do and to get to where you want to be. So set purposeful goals and really have fun doing so, because it is amazing and it works all the time. And if you found this video valuable and you've gotten some cool things out of it, consider liking. You can comment any questions below and I'm happy to come back to you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.